What started as a mere website with more than few blogs, articles and suggestions is now an app with 2,000 registrations and conducted more than 30 webinars with renowned people and has lakhs of articles in it. All of this is just in a span of a year.
EdGroom has been more than just an educational app. It has been a pillar of guidance and a fountain of information about every possible educational topic. From the information about the best engineering colleges, medical colleges or law colleges in your area, to the important topics to cover for the preparation of NEET and JEE, you can find everything.
The EdGroom has created a safe space for students and also a user-friendly app. The EdGroom has conducted over 30 webinars with renowned people like Lakshmi Narayan Garu and Rakesh Sharma sir and so on. All these people shared their experiences with the future generation, so it's definitely a thing not to miss.
Right now, EdGroom has nearly 15 dedicated people working in technical and non-technical aspects to improve the app and its user experience. Venkatesh sir has always been the binding force for all these efforts and developments to come true. EdGroom is paving its way with new features like Tag Predictor to make it easy for the interpass students to check which engineering college they might end up in, and many other features are yet to come. We are proud to be a part of EdGroom and I assure you that you will be too. Thank you.
Respected members who are participating in this same webinar. Sabha EdGroom వ్యవస్థాపకులకి ముందుగా నా బెస్ట్ విషెస్. ఎందుకంటే ఎవరు చేయలేని ధైర్యం వాళ్ళు చేశారు. ఎక్కడో ఆల్రెడీ గూగుల్లో దొరుకుతున్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కాదు, కుర్రాడికి ఏం కావాలో కావాల్సింది ఇవ్వాలి అని చెప్పి తపంతో చేస్తున్న దానికి, అది వాడికి ఏం కావాలో మనం ఇవ్వాలి అని మనకు వచ్చింది వాడికి చెప్పకూడదు, అది పాత్రతో మనకు వచ్చింది చెప్పడం. ఇప్పుడు వాడికి కావాల్సింది కుర్రాన్ని హ్యాండ్ హోల్డ్ చేసి ఇవాళ వాడికి ఏం కావాలి అన్నది నాకు ఇచ్చిన డబ్బు, వాడి కెరీర్ ప్లాన్ ఎలా చేసుకోవాలి ఎవరు చెప్పడం, కొన్ని సమాధానాలు వాడు చెప్తున్నారు. అదే కాకుండా మన జయప్రకాష్ నారాయణ గారు లాంటి దేశాన్ని ఒక మంచి పదంలో నడిపించగల నాయకుడి చేత వాడికి పరిచయం చేయడం చాలా చాలా మంచి పని చేస్తున్నారు. ఈ రెస్పెక్ట్ గా వెంకటేష్ గారికి, హరిబాబు గారికి, మిగిలిన ఫౌండర్స్ అందరికీ కూడా I pray my good wishes, and Visakhapatnam requires people like you to develop our city and get Visakhapatnam into the map of the world. That is first thing.
I am Satyaprasad Kankala, PGT Mathematics from Navy Children's School, Visakhapatnam. I would like to express my hearty congratulations to EdGroom for completing 1 year of its successful journey. It has touched its first milestone by reaching its services to more than 75,000 students. It has guided more than 2,000 students through EdForum, and the best part is it has conducted around 30 webinars through eminent resource persons in various domains. EdGroom is moving ahead in the journey of success with a great objective of giving a one-stop solution by grooving a right path through guiding the students in choosing a right career. It has a connect to the students, parents, teachers, entrepreneurs through its various verticals like EdBlog, created by experts from the versatile fields, EdBytes, containing various articles which deals with career options, entrance exams, strategic plans sourced from various educational news portals, EdForum, where the questions posed by students or parents related to career are answered, and EdWebinars that are conducted on various opportunities, latest trends in education by eminent resource persons. Apart from this, it also provides a personalized career guidance to the students of grade 8 to 12. It has provided ample information regarding the local colleges, institutions and coaching centers. Once again, I wish all the team members of EdRoom a happy anniversary. Looking forward for EdRoom to cross more milestones in its journey of success. Jai Hind.
Good evening. Hearty congratulations to the EdGroom team on its first glorious anniversary. To start with, all of us spent a lot of time surfing on the internet to find a particular information. So to say, EdGroom has such a peculiar idea of saving time. On a personal note, I have invested a lot of time surfing about examinations held after class 12. NDA was one of the major examinations that fascinated me. EdGroom has a great feature that would save a lot of time for the students like me who are eager to know about different career options, and I think it's the best way to say investing time in a smart way. EdGroom acts as an intermediary and directs us to specific page which is necessary to us. We are provided with different filters that will make it much more crisp and to the point we are searching for. Apart from that, we have various articles based on NDA or say defense, and also personal doubts are cleared one-on-one. So to sum up with, it is a one-time stop for all the queries and information.
The most alarming problem today in front of students who want to choose the career in their passionate interest is that they are going all the way wrong. Me, aspiring to be a doctor from my childhood, have heard many controversies that PCB is a tough course for an individual to secure a seat. And at some time, I have decided to take MPC so that it makes me easy to secure a seat. But I felt regret about it. At EdGroom, I researched about NEET and I've got much useful information. After the EdGroom webinar of career options after 10th, I learned that nothing here is too tough or too easy. EdGroom made me feel confident of what I'm willing to do. Not only me, but there are many of my friends who are confused to know their careers. I advised them to make research about it in EdGroom and the result was good. So finally, I suggest every student to join EdGroom and attend webinars to know more about career options. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Harshita
And I'm Ramya.
We are here to state a fact that neither engineering nor MBBS are the only fields left after plus 2. We have a wide range of options to choose from and pursue.
And we are the live examples who have chosen different path other than engineering.
We have completed our undergraduate in BSc Computer Science.
And we are currently pursuing our MBA in IBS Hyderabad.
You must be wondering how we have been so sure about our decisions.
After completing our plus 2, even we were stuck in a dilemma about choosing our decisions. Most of our classmates were so sure in choosing engineering, but we wanted to go into a different path, so we chose BSc.
But Edgroom gave us the assurance that taking a BSc is no less and we can still make an awesome future.
Right now, we are close to fulfilling our dreams, and if we look back, we don't have any regrets with our decisions. All thanks to Edgroom, especially Venkatesh sir in Edgroom, for guiding us in the right path.
So once again, let me repeat it for you. Engineering or medical are not the only fields left after 12th. You have a wide range of fields to venture in.
Choose whichever field you are interested in, and if you have any doubt, Edgroom is the right place for you to clarify all your doubts. We assure you.
Good evening, all. I welcome you all to another interesting webinar on cloud computing, which is a very lucrative career options nowadays. I've seen a lot of students, irrespective of the branch, they're looking for this wonderful career option. So today we have a very good speaker, expert in that field. Dattatreya Reddy Garu is going to join with us, and he is going to explain us what are the career options that you can explore in this field and who can do this cloud computing and why there is a sudden demand for cloud computing. Nowadays, you see that people are not buying any pen drives or we say flash drives. Back then, people used to carry pen drive in the pocket. Now, there's no need. Everything is stored in the cloud. You can access from anywhere. And we all have an account in Google Drive or OneDrive. All these cloud computing services are helping us a lot. So accessing data is not a problem. You can access your data anywhere in the world. Just click of the mouse. So we are going to see how that is going to help us. At 5 o'clock, we are going to start the exact webinar. And a lot of people have seen last time, very good number of students have participated in the last webinar, which is very successful webinar we have conducted last time. Definitely, this webinar also is going to help all of you to understand what are the options for this cloud computing. And definitely, he is going to give us the complete information about this cloud computing. So as we promised, and everyone who participated in the webinar will receive a certificate in their personal email. Maybe 1 or 2 days we are going to send this. And I'm just sharing this Google form. Reddy Garu, good evening. So I just shared this Google form. Please make sure that you're filling up all the data once. And when you fill the data, please make sure that you're not repeating the same. Last time we have received 2-3 times the same information. Please make sure that you're filling only at once and see that you're filling all the right information. Yeah, so before we start our session at 5, just let me take few minutes of your time to explain what exactly we do at Edgroom and all that. Let's go to that first. Dattatreya Garu, please unmute yourself, sir. Right. I think you all can see my presentation, right? Can somebody say yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let me take this privilege to tell something about EdGroup and yeah. So once again, I invite you all to this wonderful evening for another interesting webinar on this important topic called cloud computing. Before that, let me just take few minutes of your time to explain what exactly we do at EdGroup. So this is very important. What is EdGroup? EdGroup is a social platform which provides personal information for the students from 8th grade to undergraduates. And we provide the career guidance, which is completely personalized. This website is based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. You see what you like, nothing else. Who can join EdGroup? This is a very important thing. The first important component of any education system is a student. It is the center of learning process. So why students need a platform like this? When there are so many platforms available, why the specialty of EdGroup? Yeah, definitely. Myself, I'm Venkatesh Pandyan. I'm a physics teacher. I have 22 years of experience in the field of teaching. So in my career, I've seen a lot of students, they have taken wrong choices. They have taken wrong decisions based on somebody else's decision or information. And definitely they have suffered the rest of their lives. So choosing a career is very, very, very important. It should be based on your interest and it should be based on your knowledge and your skills. Never ever take any course or a career just because it is very good for you, right? See, everything good doesn't suit you, right? You need to have the skill set. For example, if you go to a showroom where you want to buy a shirt, the shirt looks very good, but it doesn't suit your dimensions. So you need to look at the shirt which fits your body. It doesn't mean that just because shirt is very good, you cannot buy it. So you need to identify that whether this shirt is going to looks good on my body. So that is very, very important. The same way, you need to choose a career which suitable to your skill sets. That's very, very important. So dear students, I request you all, please do some research before you take any course. Yeah, engineering is a very good career option. Do I have the same skills? That's very important. Last time, when we conducted this webinar on machine learning, the speaker has clearly said, if you really want to excel in the field of machine learning, you should be very good in mathematics. So before you take any computer course, please check, am I good at maths? Will I able to solve the problems in mathematics? Do I like challenges? So if you have the answers for all those questions, definitely you can choose engineering. So I request all the students, please make sure that you are going to do some research. So EdGroup provides you a platform. It's a platform where you can interact with the experts through webinars, or we have a place called forum where you can post a question and you can search the content that is available in the website on various career options. And why parents need this type of platform? I told you, parents, there are two types of parents I've seen. One is a parent who accepts every decision that a kid takes. They don't bother whether this is going to help my kid or not. They simply say yes for everything. On the other hand, there is another set of parents who always oppose their parents, the kids' decisions. They simply say, don't do that, don't do this. Always they want to play them safely. For example, I've seen a lot of parents, why every parent who wanted to join an MPC or BPC. I've seen a lot of parents. Recently, when I spoke to a student who is not doing well in my class, I asked him, why you're not doing well in JEE Mains exam? He said, sir, I'm not interested in MPC. I was interested in BPC actually. My parents have forcefully joined me in MPC because they thought that it is very difficult to get through NEET exam. that is a mistake committed by parent. The student has to suffer the rest of his life. So dear parents, please spend some time with your kids and see nothing wrong in it. What called as joining in MPC, provided you need to convince him. You need to tell them why you are joining them in MPC, how MPC is better than BPC for him. So when you explain all that important points to the kid, definitely he will not complain or he will not what called as have a discussion in the rest of the life. So next very important one is teachers. As a teacher, I know lot of students ask me, sir, which is the best branch engineering? Will I get a job if I take computer science? Which college is best? Which exam I should write after my intermediate? So dear teachers, please update your knowledge. As you're updating your subject knowledge, it is a responsibility to update even other knowledge related to the careers. So definitely EdGroom is a platform where you can learn a lot of things about various exam, colleges, entrance exams like that. So please make sure that you are a part of this wonderful platform. Let's move on. And very good news, we are going to change this platform very soon in 2 months. So you are going to see a new platform which we called as First Educational Community, where student, teacher, parent, and education institutions can help each other. Very soon after 2 months, so every student can connect with the teachers or one can help the other. So definitely it is going to be an innovative platform for the students who want to explore more about their career options. To help the students, we have developed some products. The first one we call it as EdNews. As of today, our platform contains 295,000 articles related to education, courses, colleges, scholarships. So you can explore a lot of information about any career you want from our platform. The next tool we have developed is very important, Ed Forum, where you can post any question related to you. And the people who are experts in it, they are going to answer all those questions. If you look at this question was answered by Chaitanya. He is actually done his BTech from Vizag Gayatri and done MTech from IIT Delhi. He is in a very good job. He answered a lot of questions. So this is the one advantage you are going to get on this platform. Your questions will be answered by the people who have the knowledge, or you also can answer some of the questions given by +2 students. The third one we have developed is EdBlog, where we have published more than 85 blogs from different universities. Lot of articles were written by experts in their own domain, and these blogs are completely curated content for the student. You can explore more about a lot of careers and from these blogs. The next one is a very important one, but we conduct every Sunday at 5 p.m. This is Ed webinar. So far, we have conducted 44 webinars. You can see the people on the screen. We have conducted webinars on NEET exam, JEE Mains exam, data science, machine learning, and even we conducted some success stories. You can see the topper stock. He got all India 5th rank in JEE Mains exam, Narasimha Naidu. We conducted a webinar with him. And on the right side, you can see a boy, Paradwaj. He was now in Rice University doing a PhD. So like that, we have conducted a lot of webinars with the people who are very experienced. Now, as of today, we stand here. We started EdGroom in 2021, September 5th. So we have today 2,600 plus registered users. And as of today, we got more than 1.5 lakh visitors to our site. On average, we got 2,500 weekly active users. And there are, as I said, 2,95,000 useful articles are there in our site. Please explore them. And definitely you're going to convince yourself whether I'm going to do that care or not. As I said, we have conducted 44 webinars, our YouTube channel where you can find all the 44 webinars in live. And there we have more than 700 plus subscribers for YouTube channel. And we got more than 34,000 views per videos. And this is a very good news for all of you. This is the upcoming webinar. A lot of people are curious to know about this gaming industry. So on 26th of this month at 5 p.m. same time, we have this an expert talk on this virtual gaming and physical sports with IoT. So it was given by, this is the speaker on that webinar will be Ankit Bansal Kumar. He is assistant professor at ILM University, which is in Noida. So please be part of this wonderful platform. And remember, gaming industry is getting a more revenue than a film industry. Lot of demand is there for experts in gaming. Definitely those students who have interest in developing game or the virtual game, definitely this webinar is going to give wings to your dreams. So please join us the next Sunday. And this all, I always suggest the student, don't follow the crowd. Choose a career where you find happiness and no regret. Generally what happens is, if somebody says some course is very good, many students are joining the same course. Irrespective of their skills, this is not at all good in the future. You need to choose a career where you find happiness and no regret. Please do some research. And we'll show you the way. So definitely, and this is one sincere request for all of my students and parents also. So don't follow the follower. As long as you follow the follower, you end up in a career where you don't like or you don't have interest. Please do some research. Remember, when you take a different career in the beginning, people may laugh at you, right? But don't worry about it, because the career that you have chosen, you are going to lead your life. So never ever take any decision based on others' opinions. You need to take a career which you like it and which you have interest. So don't be afraid to choose a different path than others. And all this information available in EdGroom is completely free for the students, parents. No need to pay any single rupee. These wonderful resources. Now look at the people like today's speaker, Dattat Reddy Garu. He joined all the way from Pune. These experienced people are giving a lot of, their experience. They're sharing their experiences. It is very, very important for us, and people from Vizag, the students in Vizag have an opportunity to meet and talk to people like them. It is a wonderful opportunity for all of us, and this is happening only on EdGroom platform. In the coming days and the coming years, we are going to bring the people across the globe. We promise you, it is going to be a very, very informative webinars all we are going to conduct in the coming days. Thank you all for this wonderful occasion. Thank you so much for all of you. Let us start this webinar today's session with a brief introduction to the today's speaker. Dattatreya Garu, can you hear me? Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. Sir, now you can speak.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Right, sir. Dear students, teachers, parents, please join me in inviting Dattatreya Garu for this wonderful evening to another informative webinar that EdGroom is conducting. Tata Reddy Gudla is a solution architect and a self-start practitioner specialized in software design, develop network solutions to enterprise customers, deploy them in private and public clouds. He worked for a few major product companies like Amdocs, CS, and Netcracker. His role demands stakeholders' influence, deep technology insights, the ability to collaborate among teams to drive the organization goals and customer success. He is currently working with the Cisco System India as a software architect. And I want to say one more important point. Dear people, all the way, in Vizag, Reddy Garu is also from Visakhapatnam. Thank you so much, Dattatreya Garu. It is very nostalgic moment for all of us because you belong to our place. Thank you so much, sir. Now your time starts, Reddy Garu.
Thank you very much, Venkatesh. So, hi everyone. I think you guys can hear me now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, first of all, I would like to thank Venkatesh and the team. Okay. Basically, this platform, okay, what Venkatesh was showing, okay, it is helping a lot for the students, okay, teachers, especially even for the parents. Okay, why for the students? I'll tell you. See, when a student went from 10th to 11th, or when he is going from 12th to degree, okay, there is a lot of ambiguity in the parents' mind and the student's mind. Okay, I'll tell my experience also. Like, okay, my daughter was studying right now degree. I'll tell you what degree was she. Okay, and she was doing her second year right now. Okay, and she's doing a bachelor's in design in UI UX. Okay, and why we choose that option? Okay, so many parents like everybody has this thing like either I need to put in JEE or I need to put in NEET. Okay, so this is the general mindset what we have, especially from Andhra. I see a lot of mindset is nothing but like we want to put them either an engineer or a doctor. This is a very common mindset. But like right now, you have a lot of opportunities, lot of career opportunities are there outside Andhra, inside Andhra, as well as outside. Now it's global, like everywhere I can go, everywhere you can meet, everywhere you can do that things. Okay. And when we started our child one, like for example, she is very good in drawing. Okay. So, and she has done her drawing A level, B level in Maharashtra government related exam she wrote. And we identified her that there is a very good learning opportunities, maybe there in drawing areas or in the design. And then I was searching more and more on that particular thing because I don't have this platform. I was searching more and more and I saw that like there is something called design engineering. There is something called BDES, Bachelor's in Design. Okay. So I thought like, okay, let me explore more on that. So when I was seeing in Bachelor's in Design, what we have very nearby to the computer science. Is there any something computer science nearby? So there is an option. Okay. Lot of career diversification is only there in Bachelor's in Design. Out of that, I was chosen something called UI UX, which is a market breaking one right nowadays. Okay, right now for the next, if you see for the career next for 20 years or 25 years, there's a lot of opportunities we have for this particular thing. And this is something what I want to tell. And I want to wish Venkatesh and their team for having such a nice platform, helping students and then parents, okay, for this particular doubt what they have to choose a nice career. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And let's come to, thank you, sir. And let's come to our today's topic. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, and then we'll go for in detail what exactly today's topic was all about and what's the agenda for that. You guys can see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, okay. So today I'll be talking about something on the cloud computing, and I'll also share my experiences like on the cloud computing part. Okay, and yeah, this is the agenda what I want to walk through today's. Maybe I think today we have a good match going on. There's an Indian match going on, but still we thought like we want to have this because there's a date fixed for this. And then I just want to walk through these topics. I'll just give some general introduction. Anyhow, Venkatesh has already told something a little bit about myself, but I just want to walk through a little bit more. And then I want to tell what is this cloud computing all about, how it has been risen, what the need of coming for the cloud computing. Okay, what is the aspire to coming for a cloud computing. And then I want to talk about the benefits for that. And then I want to talk about something called the cloud commerce. The cloud commerce is nothing but like how much we need to invest on cloud, why we need to invest, what is the reason is that. And there is some topics on cloud computing called scalability and elasticity. So we will discuss that particular thing. And we'll touch base something on cloud service models. So there are different various models, various flavors are there for this particular cloud services. We'll touch base that. And then we'll also see something about the cloud deployment models. There are various models, and this private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. Of course, I have experience in all these three things. Okay, I'll also explain my experience over there. And then I want to give a glance on where, see, there are three market leaders right now in the market for the cloud computing. Okay, one is AWS, then the next one was Azure, and we have Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so I'll be touching on one flavor. So a little bit of glance I'll give on this particular thing, how the Google Cloud Platform is all about. And then I'll also touch base all the certification for all the three things. Okay, because apart from these three things, we have other flavors also. But these three things are the market leaders right now, and Google has been catched up very well for the last 1 year. So I'll be touching base on this certification which are been there. And I'll also talk about who can take these certifications. So I'll be also talking on that particular thing, who can take these certifications. And then I want to touch base something called the job opportunities. I'll show you a live job related, how many jobs are there. This is only for the externals, right? When I was talking externals, nothing but the people who already have experience. Touching base on this certification which are been there. And I'll also. Okay, so we'll be talking on the job opportunities, and then we'll have a conclusion, and then the question answers. So this is the how the flow we want to go on this particular thing. Okay. Okay, so let me go for the general introduction. Okay, so myself, Dattatray. Okay, I was a software architect. Okay, I was working for a very big multinational organization. Okay, and it was one of the world's biggest company. And what I do is nothing but on a daily basis, I talk to enterprise customers, great stakeholders. We take use cases. Okay, and then I start doing the requirement gathering. So in the requirement gathering, I write the requirements, do a lot of analysis on that particular thing, and then do a detailed design of that solution. I do the solution on that particular thing, and then cascade it back to the development teams. Okay, and the development team start working on the development part of that particular solution or the use case which has been discussed or agreed by the customer or by the BUs. Okay, and then afterwards, we will be deploying that in premises. In premises, I'll tell you what is in premises. We'll deploy them in private cloud. We'll deploy them in public cloud, and we also deploy them in the hybrid cloud. Okay, all testing we'll do in premises, and then private cloud, public cloud, as well as the hybrid clouds. All these things we will do deployment of our network solutions, which are given for enterprise customers. Okay. And today topic, right, on this cloud computing, I want to share more about my experiences and what is the organization I work and how these people have been slowly merged or went for the cloud computing part. Okay, so this is the topic what I want to take. Let me take one use case. Okay, so this is the first use case I want to talk about. I want to tell what is the reason how these cloud computing platforms or cloud computing companies have been arised, how they have been actually came, what is the thought process for them particular thing. Let us take in the left side. There's a company 1, there's a company N. Okay. Yes. Or I'll take a simple example, like say for example, I work for some product companies. Okay, so one of the example I'll take, I work for a company called Amdocs. Okay, so in this Amdocs company, as a company, the company was more into telecom. So what they do is nothing but like they actually give some billing products, like billing for the telecommunication or for the networking for them, like OSS, operational support system we'll call, or there is something called the CRM. So these are the major products these companies will have. Okay, the other companies also have their specialization on that particular thing. Okay, but all these companies, like either what I worked or any companies which are been there, they need something called the infrastructure. Okay, basically what they do is nothing but they have the in-premises infrastructure for them. What does this mean in premises? Means within their campus, they have lot of data center. Okay, they put lot of these servers like compute engines, okay, CPUs, we can also call all these compute related things which will be there. And they need also have a lot of storage. Why do this company require a storage? Because they have a lot of employees doing for this telecom billing, networking and all. But these people require to store this particular software into that part. I think we require the storage part. The storage can be local, the storage can be remote also, or it can be a NAS. Okay, whatever it might be there, they require a storage. And apart from that, in order to handle all this particular infrastructure, these are all the servers which are been there, they require networking into it. So we need to have a physical cables connected to all these things. Unless if you don't have these links which are been there, the entire networking will not work. The entire data structure will not work. So we require a networking part which is therefore required for that. Apart from that, what is the software we have? Okay, this software should be taken backup on a weekly basis, daily basis, monthly basis, or a yearly basis, based on the necessity. Like for example, there's a user data. Every time I require this data to be required for the next day, I'll take a daily backup. Or I want to do an archive data, I will use this data for very less amount of time. I can use this data anytime. So I'll go for the next level of backup, which has been there. And apart from that, we require security. Security is very much important for any application, for anything, authorization, authentication, all these mechanisms which has been required for security. And apart from that, we require a lot of maintenance. Okay, so all this particular infrastructure, what is required for a company X, is a company X. Let's take one more precise example. Let us take a use case which is for Netflix. Okay, what is the Netflix major role? Netflix major business was that they need to develop videos on demand. Okay, they need to have a lot of subscriptions for that particular people to show their movies, films and all. They need to do their work there. But apart from that, in order to show their movies, in order to show their web series, in order to store that particular thing, they require this infrastructure for them. Unless and they don't have this infrastructure, they don't have the ability to show that particular thing back again to a particular end user. Okay, so still companies, like any company, like you take a organization, what I discussed for my experience, or you take any experience of Netflix, they require this infrastructure which has been there. Okay, so now companies, what happened? Slowly they adapted something called virtualization. So why they came to the virtualization? Because all these things they are doing means if they want to do the business, around 30 to 40% of their time, their money, all these things they're investing on this particular thing apart from their core business. Their core business was Netflix, I was telling, it's video on demand, taking movies, talk to the people, get the subscriptions and all. But apart from that, they're investing around 40% of their money, their energy, their particular maintenance, everything for the people on this infrastructure. So later came up something called the virtualization. So there is a additional concept which is came on the top of the infrastructure which has been there. You see this blue one, this small blue one. This is, for example, in this blue one, if I deployed a small application which is only consuming a small RAM, small CPU, the rest of my server is getting wasted. So instead of doing this particular thing, there is a concept which is called as virtualization has been coming. So the entire blue box is being divided into smaller parts which are been there. They are called virtual machines. Okay, so they put a hypervisor. Okay, the hypervisor can be Xenex or VMware one, which is one ESXi. Okay, so we can put all these particular things which are been there. Okay, and when we have this particular infrastructure which has been there, can you guys mute guys? Shankar Rao. Okay, fine. So this virtualization is nothing but dividing this particular entire machine into smaller chunks, and then the companies have benefited something on this virtualization. But still, 40% it came down to 30%, but still 30% of their money, their efforts, their hard work on infrastructure still remains. So this is where the concept of these big people like cloud computing giants we can call, like Google Cloud Platform, Azure, AWS. We also have something called Alibaba. We have Huawei, we have HP, we have Dell. A lot of things have been there, but these are the three major players which are been, they came into existence. What they was telling is nothing but, right, why do you want to invest all this infrastructure straight away in the first day? Just go hire my servers. So these companies like Netflix, they doesn't want to focus on all these things. They just hire the servers. Okay, they hire how many servers I want. I want 5 servers, or I want 10 servers, or I want to reduce back to 5 servers. I can choose it. On demand. On demand is nothing but like, if the demand goes up, I can increase my machines based on the demand. If the demand is going down, I want to come down to that particular part. Okay, so it's on demand based. It's on demand based. For example, you take a banking. In the banking, in the core hours from morning 10 to 2 o'clock, a lot of demand might be there because people are going to that particular thing. Only for that particular 4 hours, I'll use more servers. after in the night, I don't want to use that much servers. So I'll reduce my demand there. So I'll release my servers over there. It's like what is nothing but like a power grid. Like for example, if you take a power, for example, I have this room. If I want to go out of this room, I'll switch off this light and go. Right? Similarly, I want to switch off the servers and I can only use what is required at that particular point of time. Okay. And the third point is nothing but pay as you go. Pay as you go is nothing but like you're only paying for what exactly you're consuming. You're not paying for any additional one. In the old premises, you bought all the servers out of which I used only 10%, but still you're paid for everything. But here I only pay as you go. Still, these companies are giving backup and archive, security they're giving, they do maintenance, everything on their own. And then these are again a big data centers somewhere in the cloud. Okay, access those particular things through internet. So the companies like Netflix or Amdocs or whatever companies I was talking about in this particular part, all these things now not necessary on this particular thing. They will consume straight away directly from these particular players like server leasing, on demand, pay as you go, backups and all will be taken by these people. These are switch off, switch on, whatever servers you want on demand basis. And finally, they access everything through the internet to that particular company to achieve all that particular thing what they have earlier. This is actually the actual rise, what we call about the cloud computing. Is this clear, sir? Anybody have any doubts?
Yeah, so far it's fine, Reddy garu, it's going good. Now we
Okay.
understand why there is a demand for AWS always.
Right.
Yeah. Thank
Right.
you.
So let's go for a few more details on these particular parts. Okay. Let me elaborate like simple concept is nothing but you're moving all the infrastructure to somewhere in the cloud and the cloud providers are giving all the services back to you through internet. Okay. This is where the concept of cloud computing has been coming. So let me take about something more details into this cloud computing part. At the left side, we have something called on-demand self-service. What does this on-demand self-service means? So the providers like AWS, the providers like Azure, the providers like GCP, they provide a portal for us. Okay, they are called as self-service portal. So using that self-service portal, an engineer, a cloud engineer, okay, can directly go and choose how many servers he want, how much RAM he want, how much CPU he want, what kind of services he want. All these things he can go directly into that particular self-service portal. He can demand for that. There is no human interactions. You don't lay any kind of networking layer, physical machine, physical concepts. All these things are not required at this particular point when we got to the cloud computing on this self-service portal, which has been there. Second one is nothing but like reduce capital expenses. As I told that like pay as you go. Pay as you go is nothing but like you only pay for what you're consuming now. You're not paying for anything extra what you're not consuming at that point of time. As I told that like in the morning, sometimes we have a demand, in the evening we don't have much demand, so we don't pay for that. And apart from that, I can just only buy for a little one, what I call how many servers I want, I can buy. So this will actually reduce my capital expenditure. Means as an organization like Netflix, as an organization from XYZ, they doesn't want to invest, there's no need there to invest the capital in investment at the starting. Okay, they hire the servers, they hire the compute resources, they hire the storage, okay, and then they utilize them for their particular areas. So this is where we have another cloud computing rules, or we can call as pay as you go. And the next one is nothing but resources. So these providers are given a lot of resources. Like for example, Amazon and then AWS, they have around 40 resources which are been there right now. And these resources are shared. For example, I have a big CPU. Out of that big CPU, one company wants only some portion of it. And some company wants some portion of it. And some company wants some portion of it. Okay, so the resources of this particular big blades, big servers which are been there, big storages what they're at, they are all shared across customers. And all that resources will be getting to this particular part by these particular cloud providers. The next one is nothing but like they have a large network access. Okay. What does this mean? Access from anywhere. There is a facility where you can access from your village, or you go for some part of the India, or you go for some world part, anywhere, you can still have the provision to access these things very easily. Apart from that, if you want to consume only resources which are from India, there is a facility that they can only choose Indian region. I'll show you practical example also, how the Indian regions are been there for any one provider. I'll show for GCP, how Indian things are there, how the other countries people have been using their particular network, and then they can access from anywhere. And the third one and the last one was something called scalability. Scalability is nothing but like you expand on demand. For example, I have 3 servers now, my business is growing, I want to make 5. My business is still growing, I want to make 10. My business is growing, I want to make some X. And after that, I saw that I am using a lot of servers right now, but I can use for lesser one. I can shrink them. I can use them, I can shrink them. So there is a facility automatically to increase your servers, and you can decrease your servers using the cloud computing features. Okay, this is where what we call, there is another word called scalability, and then something called elasticity. We'll describe a little bit detailed in that particular thing. What is the purpose of that particular thing? We'll come to that particular part. Okay, so this is the 5 important rules or points what the cloud computing is all about, giving by the big vendors like Amazon, Google, Azure, etc. Right? Let's go for the next topic. So we'll discuss something about the benefits. Okay. So what are the benefits we have with this cloud computing? I told that like still Netflix, Twitter, you can take Tata Sky or Sky, which has been there. All these applications are running on a public cloud. Means they are running in somebody are running on AWS, somebody are running on GCP. Okay. And these people now focusing on, at least I can tell 95% they're only focusing on the core business. Like for example, I'll tell you one more thing, like EdGroom is there. EdGroom is focusing on that particular thing. They actually do all these things on the cloud. Somewhere they put somewhere the web server or website, all this content management they put somewhere, right? So similarly, we have the concept of this particular thing. Run your application in somewhere data center. They doesn't own the infrastructure. They doesn't own any servers. There's no virtualization required for them in the in-premises, but I want to choose them from the cloud. So I want to do that particular thing. Renting versus purchasing. Okay, I want to rent it rather than purchasing. So upfront, I doesn't want to buy any servers. I'll just rent them. I will bring them from these particular vendors which are in there. And we also discussed this point called pay as you go. So pay as you go is nothing but you are just paying for what exactly, one moment, I'll come back. Yeah, you're paying only for the exact utilization you're doing. What is the consumption you're doing? What is the demand of that particular server at that point of time? You're only paying for that 1 hour, for that 5 hours, or for these many days. Okay, I only pay for that particular thing. Okay, and apart from that, the cloud provider takes care of all the physical hardware, and the companies who are actually doing their business can focus on their core businesses. Okay, so this is where the advantage of having the cloud computing, the benefits which are been there. And the next one is nothing but the licensing part. So every software, like for example, you take a OS, Windows OS or Linux OS, or you take any database which has been there. All these things require the versioning part. They require licensing. How much time I want to buy? You buy a Windows 7, and after that they come with 8, and now 10, now 11, and then tomorrow will be 14, 12 something. Okay, so your Windows has to be upgraded. So if you are using a Windows server somewhere in the cloud, that server has to be get upgraded. And these upgradations are being taken care by the cloud providers or the cloud computing. There is no need of a particular vendor or the particular company to do all this licensing part when you have the concepts or the benefits of this cloud computing, right? So this is the fourth part which is there been there for us. Let's elaborate a little bit more. Okay, so there is some concept called cloud commerce. So this is about money. Okay, how much money or what is the reason? How much money we need to invest on the start or in the going on operational mode. So there are some topic called capex. There is some topic called opex. Okay, capex is nothing but capital expenditure. Capital expenditure is all about how much I need to invest now when I want to start a company for the infrastructure. And operational one is nothing but like I want to hire something. I want to do an operational basis. Like for example, every month I want to pay something to a particular cloud vendor. Okay, or for a particular giant which we are talking about, AWS or Google or something. Okay, and I just want to do this operational cost. Okay, so we will go for this particular thing. The left side part is nothing but a capex, and the right side part is nothing but the operational expenditure which has been there. Requires large amount of cash upfront for all infrastructure. That is what at the capex earlier ones are been there. Now what you require is nothing but like you doesn't require huge amount of these particular things. You require only very less amount. You only focus on your business. What is the business money you require? You put that. For the infrastructure, you only hire the things from the cloud. And then in the capex, you go for in-premise. In-prem is nothing but in-premises. The premises, in the premises of that particular company, you need to have the entire servers. And now we are moving something called the cloud. Okay. And then for this capital expenditure, you require a lot of approvals. Okay. Because a lot of cost is meant for this. I need to put at least 40% of my or 30% of my investment on this particular capex. Okay, but I doesn't want to do that. I just want to go to the cloud. I want to choose the minimal one. So the approval process is easy. So for example, I want to give a proposal to my organization telling that like I want to move something to the cloud, or I want to deploy some application, software as a service. I'll explain you what is a software as a service. Infrastructure as a service. If I want to do that, I want to do that minimal one and put it into a cloud, and then I'll cost only this much dollars. But if I tell to my organization, I want some money of some crores of money into invest this particular thing, I won't get an approval for that. Okay, so capex is important when we're going for this cloud computing part, and then we have this feature which has been there, and then. While you are investing a lot of money, you need to do a lot of tax treatment on that. Tax money, you need to pay a lot on that particular thing. But here, what you do is nothing but for every month you're consuming or every year you're consuming, you're only pay for that particular tax bill. Okay, so this is something where we require a very good concept or information required while thinking of the moving people for the cloud computing part. This is the reason many organizations, many organizations, almost now 100% or 95% of the organization, they want to move to cloud. The reason is nothing but the right side parts. You hire it, you lease this particular thing, you give all this maintenance to somebody else, you focus only on your business, and you pay very less for them, whatever you are hiring. Okay, so this is where we have this concept called capex. Let's go for the next topic. Okay, there is something called scalability and elasticity. Okay, this is very important concept when we're going for the cloud computing. Okay, what is this scalability and elasticity? There are two types. Okay, what is nothing but like you need to increase your resources based on workload demands. Workload demands is nothing but like, for example, take the Netflix. Like they have let us take a movie Bahubali. Okay, so if that has been given in the Netflix, and on a particular point of time, there are 1,000 viewers seeing that movie. So there is an increase in that particular resources. So the workloads are getting increased on demand. Okay, so now I need to scale my servers automatically. Okay, so there are two ways of scaling. Okay, or elasticity, what we are talking, we have two ways. One is vertical scaling and one is horizontal scaling. Vertical scaling is a old technology, what we can call, but still some people are using because they take the server straight away from the cloud. Okay, and then they can go for a vertical scaling. Vertical scaling, nothing but you increase your, see the left side one, you're just increasing your RAM, CPU, storage, which has been there. This is called vertical scaling. You're scaling your server as is to a bigger one. Like I want to increase the RAM, I want to increase the CPU, I want to increase the storage, I want to increase the security on it. So all these things you are doing on a vertical scaling. The next part is nothing but the horizontal scaling, where this scaling is actually deployed right now in the market using concepts called Docker, Kubernetes and all. They are very high technologies, high-end one, which have been used right now in the market. Okay, so they will be using this particular horizontal scaling, which is you're increasing your VMs. So you're actually increasing the VM like this. For example, I have a demand of that Bahubali movie and 1 lakh people are viewing at that point of time. I horizontally increase the demand based on that. It is automatic. Okay, so you just put the automatic scaling. Okay, and then you just leave it. Okay, your servers will grow based on the necessity which has been there. And whenever you doesn't want it, like for example, in the night, this movie has not been seen by multiple people, it will come down back like this. Okay, so this is where this concept of cloud computing, scalability, elasticity is very, very important for a particular organizations, that they will happily use that particular servers based on the demand. Let's go for the next topic. There is some part, okay, which has been called as cloud models. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, cloud provides a lot of models. Okay, we call something called even Amazon, or you take AWS, what we're talking, or we're talking Google Cloud, Azure, who are the market giants right now. And then we also have Alibaba, as well as even Huawei, okay, Dell, HP, all these people. They have these models, which is called infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. I would just want to elaborate these particular parts because based on the model, based on the necessity, based on the need, okay, you as a cloud engineer has to talk to Google and take whether you want infrastructure as a service, or you want to take platform as a service, or you want to take the software as a service. I'll explain this particular thing little bit now. Okay, but I just want to explain this one on a small example. Like, for example, I want to do a pizza at home. Okay, let me take this particular thing. This is a picture. I took it from Google, and this is a very nice example we'll have for every cloud computing, which has been telling in premises, okay, and infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Okay, let me go for this particular part. Pizza as a service. What does this mean, pizza as a service? It's looking funny for us, right? Like, but what exactly this particular thing, nothing but the concept of actually the infrastructure as a service, on-prem, as well as platform as a service, software as a service, has actually derived something like this. Say, for example, I want to make a pizza at my home. Okay, everything I want to do on my own. I manage myself. Okay, blue one, manage myself. I want to go for a pizza. I want to go for a shop, buy a cheese, toppings, tomato sauce, okay, a pizza dough. Okay, and then I want to go for fire, oven, gas, soda, dining table, do everything myself. And then I want to give for my children, or I need to eat my pizza. This is the traditional on-premises model of infrastructure which has been there. Now these cloud providers came up with these concepts. How much you want to take from us, how much you want to own yourself. Means you make yourself few things and vendor manages few things from their side. Okay. So what is nothing but like, for example, vendor is giving these things. Like, for example, the cheese vendor will give. So I go to the shop, I buy the cheese, I buy the toppings, ready-made. I doesn't want to do anything. All these things actually I'm doing on my own. Even tomato sauce also I'm doing on my own. Toppings I'm doing on my own. Cheese I'm doing on my own. But here I want to buy all these things from the vendor, from a shop. And these things I want to manage myself. Okay, my pizza is ready. It is something like exact the concept of infrastructure as a service. Okay, and I'll eat my pizza. My children or who are friends who have been there will eat that pizza which has been there. The next one is nothing but platform as a service. Add some more content to it. Add some more data. So these cloud providers have been providing some more details on the top of that, like cheese. All these things are vendor provided. I buy everything from the shop. Okay, I have a gas, I have an oven, everything I have ready-made, and I only bring the soda like Coca-Cola or whatever, Coke or something, and then I go directly and then do the dining of that particular pizza. This is something called. I'm giving an example like how the platform as a service has been actually derived from these particular examples. All these concepts are about object-oriented, right? So there is some concept coming from the objects, and then from there, these are being derived. And the last one is software as a service. Software as a service is nothing but like everything is managed by vendor. Means the cloud providers like Google Cloud Platform, or AWS or Azure, everything we'll take it from there. Means what? Like I'll show you one example. For example, I want to start a business of shopping. Like, for example, I want to do a shopping business. I want to shop. I have a lot of garments. I have a lot of contacts. I want to sell all these garments to somebody. I want to do online shopping. Okay. So there are providers who is giving ready-made everything for you. All you need to do is nothing but you need to load your data from the backend. Okay. So you provide the products. You give the rate of the product, you give the discounts for the product, all these things you do from backend, and my software is ready. Okay, so straight away I'll go and start doing my business. I'll start the business there. This is software as a service which has been there. Okay, I'll see a lot of databases nowadays. Okay, like for example, we have Mongo database, we have MySQL database. No need you to install all these things. You can go service to in the cloud. You can take the service straight away for your particular thing. This is something called the software as a service. Okay, now let us put this particular pizza as a service as a concept. What we're having all these things into the real time, what the cloud computing people are been giving for you. Okay, let's see this left side one. Left side one, if you have an on-prem, everything like the hardware, the data links, the connectivity, the cables, okay, the Ethernet cables, the storage. Storage is nothing but the local storage, the NAS systems, remote storage. Okay, virtualization. As I told earlier, virtualization is nothing but like on the top of the physical server, you put hypervisor. Okay, you divide this into smaller chunks. Okay, because you require only small horizontal scaling, what I was telling. So I can give VMs for that particular thing. What kind of operating system is required? What kind of drivers I want to use? Is there any middleware I want to use? Okay, like WebLogic server, WebSphere servers, all these things. And data, your application data. Means, for example, the products, what you're selling for that particular garment shop I'm talking about, the data and application, all these things, if you're doing an in-premises, you need to manage yourself. Okay, so this is how what you have in premises which has been there. And the next concept is nothing but like infrastructure as a service, what I told the next part. Okay, some are provided by the vendor. So vendor manages it. So this blue one vendor manages, the red line what I'm showing. The other things have been managed by you, by an organization, by Netflix, by organization what I discussed earlier. So all these organizations are managing that. Or you go for a platform as a service. Platform as a service is nothing but you have additional services including WebLogic, WebSphere, drivers, operating systems like Windows, Ubuntu, Linux, whatever operating system you have, all these things are been managed by the cloud providers. You only have your product details, application details, you put it over there. And the last one is nothing but software as a service. You just ask them, I have data, that's it. Put your data, your application is up and running, you can use your business. Okay, there are such sophisticated technologies being provided by the cloud computing. This is called as a software as a service. Right? So we have a concept which is what is the kind of deployment models. What is this deployment mean all about? Let me talk about something about deployment, what we actually do in the organizations and all. Okay, you write the software, okay, based on some use cases. Okay, a customer requires some use cases, or we want to develop some product, because I came from the product company, many product companies. Okay, so we actually, based on the future analysis, okay, or for next 5 years, we actually see that like what is the product we want to sell for the customers. So based on that particular product information or the research which has been there, we define something called use cases. And on that use cases, we do a lot of analysis. I do design for that particular thing, provide a high-level solution which has been there. And then we talk to the development teams. A lot of development teams I was interacting. I was heading for Netcracker, I was heading a software engineering organization there. So these development teams, okay, we develop piece of software. Right now we are using technology called Agile, Scrum, okay, which is every 15 days you need to agility, like you're sending this product every 15 days, a small piece of well-tested quality piece of code, you're giving it to the BU or the customer or the stakeholders. Every 15 days, you do a demo of that particular thing. Okay. After that, before writing the code, after writing the code, you test it, and then you deploy them into a particular infrastructure. Because at the end of the day, it has to be deployed somewhere. Netflix has to deploy somewhere, because the end users like us will consume on the deployed services. So these are deployment models. We have 3 models right now in the market, very high models. Of course, we need to tell us 4. One is in premises, what I was talking earlier, which is very much specific to that particular organization. And then nothing but the next one is nothing but private clouds. Private cloud is nothing but you have a cloud concept, but they only run private to that organization. I'll tell you, there's a slide for us. We'll tell more details. What is a private cloud? A private cloud is nothing but very specific to that organization. Okay, they internally connect through their VPNs. Okay, only 1 or 2 endpoints are exposed to internet. Okay, from internet they want to talk something and all, but they actually do communication to the private cloud, private areas which are in there. The next one is the public cloud. Okay, public cloud is all about, okay, in the private cloud, like we have a software called VMware. VMware, earlier they used to have the concept of private cloud. So in the in-premises, you can deploy that particular thing, make the virtualization on that, okay, and then make a cloud, which is a private cloud. Then we have public clouds, where we are talking about GCP, okay, Google Cloud Platform, AWS, as well as Azure. And the next concept is very, very advanced concept right now. We'll call it as a hybrid cloud. Okay, so we deploy this application, what I was telling, right? We do a use case study, do analysis, do a design. Okay, after design engineering, we write all the parts which have been there, develop it, do a testing, we do an agile model, and then deploy them in one of these particular deployment model. And the last one is nothing but hybrid model is very hot in the market right now, because all these organizations, what I was telling, they already have that some infrastructure with them. If they want to move everything to the cloud, what is the infrastructure I invested earlier? So now they're asking cloud people, can I use my inbuilt infrastructure from the cloud services? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. This is where the hybrid cloud model has been come into picture. There is some concepts which are been there in AWS. There are concepts in GCP called Anthos. So using this Anthos technologies, you can manage from the public cloud, you can manage from the centralized location, creating VMs on your on-premises infrastructure. So this is something called the hybrid cloud. We'll explain a little bit more details on this particular thing. So this slide tell me like what I explained just now. Okay, you take the left side part, we have something called the private cloud. Okay, the private cloud is all about building only for that company. Either you do it in premises or from the cloud. Okay, I'll ask GCP, for my company, I want some details, give me some servers, and I want to use it myself. You can go for a private cloud. Okay, the company is responsible for any configuration, maintenance, hardware and software. All these things are being taken care by this particular guy, which has been there. Okay. And the next one was something called the public cloud. The public cloud is what I was talking about. Okay. So they have this feature called multi-tenant. Okay. Guys, Harini, can you mute yourself, please? Okay, thank you. Venkat, can you mute him, sir?
Sir, you can mute all, sir.
Acha, I have that option here.
Click on the participant. You see the
click on the participant, sir. Okay. You talk, right, sir? Thank you. Yeah. Right. I got that option. Thank you very much. Sorry for that. I think some small disturbance is there. Somebody will open the mute. Okay, so we are talking about something called the private cloud. Private cloud, I'll reiterate one more time. Okay. Build for one company. Okay, it can be built directly on the on-premises or by the cloud people. They can give everything, all the server, software, everything for that particular areas. And then they can go for on-premises, which has been there. Okay, and then the company is responsible for all the maintenance, what I showed earlier. For example, backups. I want to do a backup for that particular thing on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, or I want to use this data only rarely. That is called 6 months, 3 months, I want to take a backup. So I want to, that company is responsible for that. The next one is nothing but multi-tenant, or we can call it the public cloud, what I was talking about. In the public cloud, we have something called multi-tenant. So multi-tenant feature is nothing but like very nice feature, which is providing by these cloud computing people. You can form for an organization teams, and the teams can share multiple resources from the cloud. Okay, so there is no need of, for each team, I want to give some servers. Okay, the same servers are being shared across multiple teams, and still that particular team has complete control on that particular servers which are being given for him. Okay, so we have this concept called multi-tenant, and then the service provider manages all the infrastructure. Okay, provide the complete solution for securities, for maintenance, backups, all these things will be taken care of by the public cloud. And the last one, what I was talking about, something called the hybrid cloud. Integrate private and public on-prem infrastructure. You have a public cloud, you have an on-prem private cloud, you are integrating between these two things. If you integrate between these two things, we have something called the hybrid cloud. One moment, guys. Okay. Right. So, and then leverage is the best of the three. So this guy is the best of all the three things which are been there. They are very portable. Okay, and supportive workloads. Okay, the software which is having, like for example, right now we are using Docker, we are using Kubernetes. They are very advanced cloud computing parts which are in there. Okay, very easily scalable. Okay, what I was talking about, elasticity, scaling up, scaling down, small unit, microservices we call. Okay, they're all are being deployed right now on something called the hybrid clouds. Okay, so the next topic, okay, I want to, okay, fine. Now what I want to do, till now we have been discussing more about the actual cloud computing concepts which are been there, but I just want to show one flavor, which is something called the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, this is the upcoming market, like for the last, what you can see around, one moment, sorry, I lost something. Right. Okay, fine. Let's go about this cloud, the GCP. Okay, so one flavor I want to discuss. What is this GCP all about in cloud computing? We have AWS, we have equal players of Azure, and then Google is right now, for the last 1 year, it is became as a market leader now. Okay, so GCP is nothing but a public cloud vendor that offers a suite of compute services to do everything from the data management to deliver web or videos over the web, do artificial intelligence, machine learning techniques. All these things have been as is provided as a services by the Google platform. If you want to do an artificial intelligence, go take that service and do it. If you want to do a Docker, if you want to have a Kubernetes, take that services and do it over here. You want some servers which have been there, go straight and bring it over here. You want horizontal scaling, you want vertical scaling, you can just increase for that particular server. You want to increase RAM, you can straight away do from there. You can downsize, you can downsize. You can do horizontal scaling, you can do horizontal scaling. All these services, a suite of services, are being provided by the Google Cloud Platform. Customers are able to access compute services hosted in Google data centers around the world on pay-per-use base. So how much you use, only you need to pay for that. And right now I can see only for GCP, like apart from AWS and Azure, a lot of companies have been there. But for major companies, I can see right now in the market, like PayPal. Okay, PayPal is one of the biggest vendor. You want to transfer money from one area to another areas, big chunks, small chunks. Okay, or company, for example, you have some shares for particular company, you want to, but they are from abroad, you want to bring money from there to here, you can go for PayPal. Okay, and these things have been actually hosted and deployed in Google Cloud Platform. Okay, and PayPal is only focusing on their actual businesses which have been there. Similar to that, we have Twitter. Twitter is actually completely deployed on Google Cloud Platform. We have Sky, Tata Sky. Okay, or the Sky which has been there. Tata and Sky are collaborated once. Okay, and the Sky which has been everywhere in abroad, and Tata Sky is in India. All these platforms are been deployed in Google Cloud, which has been there. And the last one was P&G, Procter and Gamble. Okay, so we have all these cosmetic things, brushes, paints, toothbrushes, and all complicated lot of consumer related things have been there for us. All these businesses, all their products have been running on the Google Cloud Platform. Let me give some insights on the Google Cloud. Okay. Sir, we have still time, right? I'm just moving out of time, or we still have time, sir?
Sir, Edgar is fine. You can take your whatever time you want.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So I just want to talk about something called Google Reasons. So the GCP has provided a lot of reasons. Reasons are nothing but the locations. Okay. See here, if you see the world map, okay, a lot of areas it has been already covered. Okay, you go for US. Okay, this is entire one is North America. In North America, we have a lot of things. Canada, North America, which has been there. Okay, in India, we have in Delhi, Mumbai. Okay, we have two regions or locations, what we call. Apart from that, a lot of data centers within Delhi, within Mumbai, we have a lot of data centers. Come down to Australia, we have things, Singapore, Jakarta, and then come to the downside like Taiwan, Hong Kong. All these things we have the Google regions we'll also call it as the locations. I'll show you the live ones. Okay, if I have time or something, we can just talk to the live which has been there. And this is actually the entire network. Right now, Google network in entire globe, it has been connected. All these things have been connected like this. So you have data centers. For example, you want to host something for India. Straight away go and deploy in India. Rather than going somewhere else, you can directly deploy over here, either in Mumbai or in Delhi. Okay, but you want to expand this one to Western areas. Like for example, want to expand your business to US. You can take a copy of this and put it over here. GCP just give everything on fly. There is no need you to again take any additional effort of that particular product to deploy straight away into a particular other location over that. It is very easy for them. Okay, so there is a live. I want to just show that. Okay, so we have something called cloud.google.com, and I'll show you the locations. Okay, let me click on this. Okay, I think a browser will open. Just see here. You have 35 regions. Network edges, you have 176. Zones are nothing but data centers. Okay, within this 35, you have 106 data centers. Okay, and then you have something called the network edges. And right now we have 200 plus. This is the live I'm showing. I'm not showing from presentation or something. We are directly showing from the live Google. See, if you want to go for a GCP, you need to type cloud.google.com. You land into the Google Cloud GCP page. That is what I was talking about. On-demand self-service portal. Okay, it will land over here. And there you can see the number of locations which are been there. Okay, the locations are something called 200 countries it's occupied right now, and they're growing still. They're growing within India. We have only Delhi, Mumbai, but they want to grow more and more. They want to go for target in nested areas because Indian business is going more for them. Okay, so if you see here, this is the network. These are the reasons which are been there, what I showed. These are networks, what is there the live which has been there. Okay, and if you go down, okay, these are the services what Google is providing. As I was telling, we have compute services, we have app engine services, we have Kubernetes, okay, which is a Google service which has been there. A lot of services have been provided by them. I was talking about something called Anthos. Anthos is nothing but like if you want to have a hybrid deployment, means you can deploy from the GCP to the in-premises infrastructure. Means an organization having an in-premises one, you can go for Anthos. Okay, so we have a lot of things. So these are all what I'm talking about. The compute. Compute is about the CPU, compute engines which are been there. Okay, if you go a little bit more deeper, we have the storage and databases. A lot of storage and database have been provided by the cloud computing which has been there. And if you go down, you have a big data, machine learning. If you want to do a machine learning, you have an organization, or you want to build an organization, or you want to start an organization as a startup, and you want to do machine learning. No need you to invest money as a capex, what we discussed earlier. Okay, in upfront money. Go down here, you take machine learning techniques provided by GCP. Okay, go down, we have all these things, networking. Okay, I want to isolate my network. I want to create a VPNs, virtual private networks. Organization like banking, organization like big banks, they operate on virtual private networks. What is this virtual private networks? For example, there's a bank in Pune, there's a bank in Vizag, both are same banks. They want to talk each other. They establish a tunnel. Okay, from Pune to Visakhapatnam, they establish a tunnel. Tunnel is nothing but like you enter a car into the tunnel, you need to only enter and you need to exit. There's no other way to come back from the tunnel. Okay, so you have a virtual private networks, okay, which will establish from Pune. The data goes like this is secure, like anybody cannot interact from anywhere from any security. The tunnel establishes from here to there with a private network. They are called VPNs, virtual private network. And then the guy who's been, for example, nowadays, you see the banking, like for example, I want to withdraw. I given a check in Vizag, okay, and the check was around some 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, and I want to withdraw in Pune. Earlier, they used to courier from there to here to check that validity of that particular check. But nowadays, what they do in Vizag, the branch, they scan it. Okay, as soon as they scan it, that information comes to the branch in Pune. Okay, for which branch it has to go. Okay, it has to only go to a branch in that particular location, the tunnel will form. Okay, so this is where the networking concept will come. Cloud balancing. This is the load balancing. Okay, for example, the load is more. Okay, for example, load balancing nothing but something called a topic called high availability. High availability is nothing but like you actually want to stop the failures, okay, and give the user experience every time it is 99.99% availability. Okay, so we have some concept called load balancing, which is been there. High availability. For example, there's a failure happen for that particular part. Automatically, one more server. User doesn't know anything. The user just want to see that experience. He will do a transaction, but the other server is actually serving for it for you. So that load balancing concepts, all these things are a part of networking, which has been there. And then we have something called developer tools. And then we have something called data integrity. So data integrity is all about like the security. You have something called IAMs, identity and access management. There's a very important topic in the cloud computing. You can control which people has to access which part of the cloud, which part of the application. All these things you can do it on that particular thing at a high level, which has been there. Okay. Apart from that, you have APIs, you have gateways. Too many services are being provided by these people, and Google is just catching up and in the go, which has been there. Right. Let's come back to our PPT. So this is where I was talking about something called the location part. Let me go back again to, okay, for students or the people who want to do some certifications. We have a lot of certifications provided by these people. Okay, so the three people who are being right now in the market, what I was talking about, the GCP, the AWS, as well as Azure. Okay, I just given some certification links. Okay, Venkatesh can also share these details for you. Okay, there's a link here. If you go on here, we have the foundation certificate, basic foundations about the Google Cloud platform, which has been there. And then there's an associate certificate you can go. Associate nothing but like you are matured little bit on the cloud and you want to go for the next level. And the third one is nothing but a professional certificate provided by experienced guy. Okay, so I'm a Google Cloud architect certified guy, right? So this is where I think you need to do. If you click on this, it will go to the certifications. Okay, so there are various certifications provided by them, what I was showing right now. You have a foundation certification, you have an associate certification, you have a professional certification, which are been there. Okay, what kind of people, what kind of roles are been there here is been given. Okay, cloud engineer. Okay, so as a career guy, if you want to opt for this cloud, and which is market demanding right now, both in the jobs as well as nice pay and all. Okay, people has to choose at least a cloud engineer. So they need to go for this particular certification as a cloud engineer. This is from the GCP. And then advanced, when you go little bit advanced areas, you can go for the next level. That is a professional career or professional certification, which has been there. Let me go back again here. The other certifications which I was talking about, the other players are been there. Okay, just give me a minute. See, the other players, what I was talking about is nothing but AWS Cloud and Azure. Okay, so these links give me some insights of how you want to go for these certifications, what type of certifications are there. There are many certifications in AWS. Earlier, when I was learning AWS and understanding these, but I think we used to have only 3 certifications. One is the associate, one is the foundations, one is the professional. Now, within that particular AWS, you have a lot of diversifications. I was talking about, right, earlier, we have not only engineer, doctor, now we have a lot of other streams which have been there. Now, within AWS, not GCP and this one, we have a lot of diversifications which have been there. Okay, but at least you need to take developer one. Okay, means when you're doing a coding, you want to upload some files to a server, okay, in the AWS, and you want to download. This is the feature. This is the use case where you want to upload some photos. Okay, like for example, EdGroom, some content they're uploading and they're downloading some content, right? if you want to do this particular thing, you can write code in the AWS API. Okay, so that APIs are being given by the AWS people. You can write code, you can easily upload multiple things to their S3 bucket and all. Okay, so we have developer one, you have a sysops, we have a solution architect. Okay, so based on the initial so initial, I think I suggest like to go for an associate one. Associate one is a good one, so where you can go for this particular thing. Similarly, we have Azure. Azure, if you go for Azure certifications are being given. So these are the things which are been there for Azure. Azure is from Microsoft. Okay, so if you want to go for Azure, okay, this is the options we have for your the certification which has been there. Okay, so let me discuss about one more thing, the important concept. Okay, what kind of job opportunities are been there? Okay, are there enough jobs for cloud computing? Is there any demand which has been there? How is this particular demand is been actually having? Because the people like this GCP, AWS and all, they are becoming more and more mature. Okay, they are actually solving the current problems of the organizations. Okay, like for example, I'll show you one example here. Like let's see Naukri. Okay, Naukri is a big platform for jobs in India. Of course, they are also having abroad. Abroad, they have a little bit in UAE and then Middle East, Canada, Australia and all. But India, this is a big market. Okay. If you just click on cloud computing once, okay, I clicked this morning. Okay. And you see here, 90,000 lateral jobs are there. 90,000 lateral jobs. What does it mean lateral? Lateral is the people who are already having experience. Okay, these people are having, for example, teachers, okay, who are actually 1 year, 2 years experience, who are there in this forum, listening it. I suggest them to do cloud computing certification, okay, and make their career as a cloud for the next 20 years, 30 years, your job is guaranteed, plus high demanded ones. Okay, the certification have that much value which has been there. That certificate is not straightforward, like you take a degree and for the rest of your life, your degree will work. I done my MTech from BITS Pilani. Okay, it's not that like I done by BITS Pilani, then my certificate is okay. That is fine for us, for a career. But here, these people are very smart. The cloud certificate is only valid for 2 years. After 2 years, you need to rewrite that exam to qualify yourself as a certified guy. Unless you don't qualify, you disqualify there for that particular thing, your certificate will not be available in the network of their particular areas. They'll tell that your certificate has got expired. Okay, so if you see the jobs, we have around these many jobs only in these particular areas which are been there, only in Naukri. Let me show you one more forum we call LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is a very nice forum. It is again a social platform for jobs. Okay, for job seekers or job providers. Okay, this is the platform. Okay, if anybody don't have a what do you call an account, okay, for your job, I suggest you put your job career in LinkedIn. LinkedIn is massively growing in India as well as in abroad. Of course, Naukri has a very good customers. I can tell that, like, but LinkedIn is a social platform where you have many things. It's in not only in India, it's in abroad. Let's click this here. Okay, and today, as of now, I can see 244,000 only in America. Okay, only in Pune, they have 3,000 plus jobs. Only in Pune. Let's think about all other major metros like Mumbai, like Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida. These are all big players for software for us. And we have Hyderabad. Okay, we have Bengaluru. Okay, we have Chennai. We have Kolkata. We have Bhubaneswar. All these things, if you consider, you have a lot of jobs, 42,000 plus jobs are there in India. This is the scope what you have for this one. I tell for any people, any guy who want to take their career as cloud computing now, who is having 2 years or 3 years or 4 years of teaching, okay, can easily crack if they have this nice certification. You put all your effort, you do all the real time, take nice courses from anywhere. Okay, a lot of people have been providing cloud computing. Okay, if you want to suggest me, I'll suggest some people, some nice people who are giving nice discounts for you guys. Okay, for students as well as the job seekers, they're giving a lot of nice discounts. Real time people have been telling that particular thing were there. Okay, so they can definitely get a job, and that is going to help them also, and they also can grow in their careers, right? Let me go back to the slide. What is there left? I covered the job opportunities. Conclusion, right? I will conclude it for this today's session. I think I made you guys on a good cricket which is going on. Okay, because cricket is a favorite for India, and that too it's happening in Vizag. Okay, in
Sir, Reddy match is over.
Match is over. Sorry, sir. Okay, okay, fine. I was not updated, but actually, okay, that's good, sir. Okay, thank you for the update. So, in the conclusion, what I would like to say, nothing but like I elaborated in detail. Okay, various what is the type of what is cloud computing concepts which are been there. What are the market players which are been there? How evolved from the in-premises to the cloud areas? What are the benefits of the cloud? What is cloud? Okay, different deployment models. Okay, different service models which are been there. So these are all what we have been covered in our lectures, and then in this particular session, and in the job opportunities which are been there. High demand, which I was talking about. Easy to learn. The best part is nothing but it is very easy to learn. It is repeated jobs. Okay, if you learn for 5 times, 10 times, you will just be there in the market. You deploy complex things. Okay, it's not that like, I'm not telling that like you will not learn more. You will learn from that particular new things. You'll need, see, if you want to be in the market, you need to learn new things, what is happening in that certification, what you've done. For example, you've done a GCP certification. You've done a AWS certification, or you've done a Azure certification. You every 2 years you need to upgrade that because the concepts are changing. Okay, the new topics are been coming. Why the new topics are coming? Based on demand by the customer raised for the Google, for the AWS, for the cloud computing, which has been there. The needs for the customer getting resolved there. So you need to upgrade yourself, your technology. You need to slowly learn this, very easy to learn. After learning, you need to crack the certification. After cracking the certification, your job is easy. And then once you go to the job, it is plain normal. It will be there for struggle for 2-3 months, and it is repeated for some time. Then you keep on growing your knowledge more and more to shine within an organization. Okay. And then who can take the certifications? Certification can be done by anyone. Okay. There is no hard and fast rule that I should be a software engineer. Okay. Any degree is required. If you have a certification, it's more valued. Okay. There is no barrier telling for an organization that I need to take a computer science engineer only. It's not that, but computer science is much preferable first, but there is no stoppage for anybody who's taking a degree. Any degree has been valuable there. Okay, you have a degree, you do a certification, you can definitely crack a good job in this particular cloud computing areas. Fine, sir. I have done for today's session, and thank you very much, Venkatesh and team, for giving this opportunity. I left for 15 minutes or something. We'll have Q&A. Okay, if you have any doubts, questions, queries, anything, I am happy to help you out.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Reddy. Please stop sharing and make me a host, sir. We'll continue the session.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Stop sharing. I have done, and then I want to make you host. Okay, so not here. One moment, sir. Just give me a minute.
Yes, sir. No, that's not a problem.
Yeah. So here I need to search for.
So you click on my name, sir, on the right side.
Yeah. I'm just going there, sir. Yeah, and then I went for more, and then I make host. Right, sir. I'm done.
Yeah, thank you so much, Reddy Garu. It was very informative session indeed. And even I'm a physics person. I don't know anything about this cloud computing, all these things. Definitely you made us, very clear about a lot of things. And definitely, I think a lot of students have joined and the room is flooding with the students and teachers all the time. Definitely, we are going to take some questions also, sir. Before that, I need your quick feedback, Rediger, on this particular thing. I think, Rediger, we can see my screen, right?
I can see your screen, right?
Yes, sir. So as I said in the beginning, even ours is a data product. So as of today, we can see there are 2,95,000 articles on the website.
Right.
So we are aiming for 10 lakh articles very soon. Once we become a social platform, yes, sir. You are mentioning about that LinkedIn is a platform for the employees. Similarly, we want to make EdGroom as a platform for teachers and students. It's a
Right.
social platform where teachers can connect each other, students can connect each other, they can help them academically. And for example, anyone has, for example, let's go to this particular topic today we are discussing. So if I just keep the word cloud computing, now you can see the results, sir. Edge of computing versus cloud computing. 13 cloud computing interview question, types of cloud computing advantages and disadvantages. So this is how we are going to get the results in our website, sir. So all the information, if you look at, they are what called as coming, so that the students can easily read the articles. In the new version of our website that we are going to build very soon, they can save these articles. For example, a student wanted to know about this cloud computing advantage, disadvantage. He can save this article and he can read whenever he wants. And this is what we are going to provide the students in the coming days. So anything a student wanted to learn, for example, they just want to know what is artificial intelligence. Say, for example, you can just put the word artificial intelligence and you can see the results of it. Artificial intelligence course in Australia. So everything, you just see the articles are so crispy and the students can use all this information to develop their understanding about a particular course. And if any student has a question about what called as this cloud computing, they can just come and pose the question. Definitely they can, get the answers definitely from experts like you, sir. And last year, we have answered more than 2,000 questions on this platform, which are related to students. So Datgar, I just need a quick feedback from you, sir. How useful this website to the students and parents?
No, this is actually in the starting only I told Venkatesh Garu. This is a very good platform, okay, especially for the students as well as the parents. And you guys are helping, okay. Of course, apart from this lot of investment or something, what you guys doing, you are helping students and parents very nicely. What is your career opportunities? And you're also bringing experts and helping them also to give their experience over here. Last time I attended something on the physics, mastering physics and chemistry and all, and even on artificial intelligence and machine learning. They're very good information, sir. Very nice things which has been there. Basically, your help is required as this platform is helping students and parents and all. They'll get a very crispy information. What is your career? They need to choose after intermediate, after degree, or after 10th. Even I have the Dynamo. I was telling an example, right, about my daughter, which she is doing as a BDES. Okay, and I identified she is doing very nice in drawing, and we identified that to her to give as a bachelor's in design. It's a 4 years degree she's doing from Symbiosis, and it is in UI UX. Okay, and it's amazing for her. It's a very good platform, sir. I really, your guys are helping students and parents.
Thank you so much, Datagara. It is a lot to me. I mean, we are very happy to get the information or feedback from the people like you. Definitely, sir. These webinars, we have got a wonderful feedback. Even last year also, a lot of students have shared their feedback, how the webinars have helped them to crack the exam like JEE Mains and NEET exam. Because see, you're so experienced person and you have a lot of experience in the industry. I always say, even sir, as a teacher, I'm not what called criticizing the teacher, just we focus more on the textbook. We have knowledge more on the textbook knowledge, but we don't have much on the industry because we don't work in industry. But the people like you have a real world experience. You have shown very clearly what are the job opportunities. Generally, people say that you have wonderful opportunities, but you practically show them how many jobs are there in India, how many jobs are there in US, and in Pune, how many jobs are there. So definitely this information, this analysis is going to help them. And sir, with the increasing these OTT platforms, I think the demand for cloud computing is going to increase a lot. And India, we can see that a lot of startup companies are coming. And as a startup company, we know how much data we are using. We are using actually AWS platform. And definitely, I think cloud computing is going to have wonderful opportunities, as you mentioned. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Reddy garu, for your wonderful information. Let's listen from the users. Yeah, please, those who want to talk to sir, please raise your hand and please unmute yourself and you can talk to sir. You can have any question with you. Anybody? It's a golden opportunity, people. Please utilize it. Or you can share the feedback. Suresh, are you there? Sir, your friend Suresh also joined today. Suresh? Maybe. Okay.
Yeah,
Sir,
Venkatesh, I'm here.
Yes, can you share the feedback on today's webinar?
Yeah, it's a very wonderful session. Even I've learned a lot of things, though I'm not working on cloud. But I thought like to join and understand all the cloud concepts. It was very wonderful and good insights like from for all the students. Really the importance of cloud, Dattu has mentioned, Dattu sir has mentioned. Yeah, it will be more helpful for all the students. Actually, I would feel.
Thank you, Suresh.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
I have a question, sir. You mentioned that the certification is very, very important. How much each certification costs and what is the duration of each course, sir?
Sir, the certification is costing around $150 to $200, sir. Okay, it's not so expensive. Okay, maybe I think it's a one-time investment for them. And people who want to do the certification, right, they at least has to do a nice course, okay, from a prominent people who are already having experience in cloud computing. Okay, and only I think their investment is only two things. One is a training, okay, which will give a nice career or insights about all that certification related things. Okay, the real-time details which are in there. Second one was like the certification cost will be around $100, $150 to $200. So they can use this particular money. It's a one-time, and they need to put a lot of effort in order to crack it, and then it's all their ability.
And then what is the duration of each certification course, sir?
Each certification is for 2 years, sir.
Course duration.
Course is any gentleman, right? The course is organization been giving courses for 2 months. Okay, but a gentleman who want to take an experience or take a certification, he has to practice at least for 3 months. Okay, 3 months minimum he has to practice. That is, he has to dedicate at least 3 hours in a day. Okay, and who can practice for 3 months, they can crack this certification which has been there.
So you mean to say that whenever they want to apply for a job, they should have this certificate?
There is no hard and fast rule that you need a certification. Certification gives a random algorithm search in these jobs. Okay, so what is showing LinkedIn and what is showing Naukri, or what is this jobs I'm showing, right? The machine learning algorithms, AI, will actually tell that like whether this guy has a certificate or not. Okay, so if you see Naukri or LinkedIn, they have lakhs of accounts registered with them, very lakhs and lakhs and lakhs. Out of which, how do I and you has to come up with the top 100 or top 50? So this certification will help. Okay, so the programs will actually check whether the candidate is having a certified guy or not. If the guy is a certified guy, automatically your website will actually bring them up. Okay, and tell that like give then flash to all the organization. This guy is a certified guy. Why can't you try it?
That's a wonderful, sir. Definitely, I now understood the importance of certification. So one more thing, for example, we have a lot of students doing degree computer science,
Right.
and if they do a certificate course for 3 months, as you mentioned,
Right.
and they have a chance of getting a job?
100%, sir. 100%. Okay, definitely they'll have a job. Okay, as a fresher, a lot of opportunities are being there off campus. Okay, in campus, see, it is even the people who are studying. Okay, if they're doing final year, or if you're doing a third year last sem, or the final year first sem or second sem, I'd suggest them to actually study this course. Okay, who want to actually take an opportunity to cloud computing, because last year third sem or the first sem, third year last sem or fourth year first sem, lot of companies will come for their particular jobs. Okay, in the campus, they also see that whether you are certified there, how much you cracked in coding. For example, coding exams are there. Lot of coding exams are there. So how many exams you cracked there? Whether you have a certification or database, or whether you have a certification at Google or cloud. So this will give for freshers. And off campus also, like after degree, doesn't have a direct campus.
Yes, sir. Sir, one more thing, because I deal with intermediate student, and suppose a student who is studying intermediate level,
right,
and by the time they complete their graduation, they want to excel in, they want to take cloud computing as their career.
Right.
So in intermediate level, what are the skills a student should develop? Or you can say that during BTech, what are the skills they should develop so that they become expert like you when they really enter into the job?
Right. So basically what happens, like when you want to obtain a job for cloud computing, right? So we need to discuss more about the infrastructure. Okay, how the infrastructure has been established, how the data centers are been there, what kind of securities are been available. So people has to put some interest on that particular thing. And even the people should have the ability, like for example, whether you are a big coder, you have all that intelligence to write code, to develop something, or you want to also do some kind of infrastructure jobs which are been there very prominently, like cloud computing and all, whether what kind of career you want to choose. It is again the interest of the candidates. So the candidate can again definitely learn something on what is on premises, what is hybrid, what is all these terminologies. They can put some effort. I doesn't suggest in intermediate, but at least at the degree level, they can put some effort over there and see that, like whether they're competent of writing very strong logics, or they want to move to some little bit additional ones like cloud computing and all. So based on that, their interest, they need to put some efforts over there.
Sir, do they, for example, the students who are in fourth year of BTech, a lot of students today have webinar, they're all BTech graduates only.
Right.
What are the language they should learn, sir, to crack the jobs in cloud computing market?
Right. So there is no big language barrier over here. Okay. So basically some should know something called the CLI. Okay. CLI is nothing but like you are doing a command line interface. Okay. So Google provides the command line interface which are been there. Some scripting is required, okay, like shell scripting, a bit of Python, because people has to write some automated programs in order, because right now the concept of deploying is becoming more towards code. Okay, so rather than doing manually going to the portal, I want to run everything out to a program. So people can write a Python program, okay, or a Java. Basically, it's a Python program. Python language is very important for that particular people. A bit of a database concepts, database areas. Okay, that is very important for us for the cloud computing.
Okay, yeah. Sir. Thank you so much. Sir, now many students, as you said, the one who are in computer science, definitely they have edge because they are going to learn these things as a part of their curriculum.
Right.
Suppose there are some students, see nowadays, sir, many students are going for computer science, whether they like it or not, fearing that they may not get a job.
Right.
But now there are equal number of students who want to, they may take a mechanical or EEE or EC something. Suppose right. If those guys wanted to get into this type of jobs in cloud computing,
Right.
What are the courses they should learn from the beginning? Because these computer science students anyhow, they learn as a part of the curriculum.
Right.
But what about the other people, sir?
Right. Good question, sir. This is very, very good question. This is actually the other audience, okay, like non-computer science people will help for them. The first thing, nothing but the guy who is a non-computer science background, right? He is to learn basics about any operating system. Okay, like either a Windows very thoroughly, little bit more, and then Linux basic commands and all. Okay, and he also has to do something bit on the database. These are the basic things what again a non-computer background guy has to do. One is operating system. One is about the databases, and a bit of networking is important because all cloud computing will be talking about the networking part. Okay, so how the networks have been getting established, what is the network layer? We have 7 layers in the network. Okay, how that layers are been there. They can take some examples from Google or wherever it has been there. They need to have some concepts of networking and learn Python. Okay, and after that, the guy can go directly to the certification. Okay, and then they can start working on certification on the 3 months or 4 months, and then they can crack a nice job.
That's wonderful, sir. You have given a lot of confidence to the students who are doing engineering other than computer science engineering. Yeah, I need some people, please share your feedback on today's session. Anyone want to have a question or you want to share feedback? Please lift your hand, unmute yourself, because it is very important for us to share the feedback, how you felt about the session. Definitely, these feedback will help us a lot to conduct more such webinars. Anyone? Right. Thank you so much, Datta Garu, for your wonderful session, and we really appreciate your efforts. And you shared all your experience, and definitely your information is going to help the students and the teachers, and even the parents also. You mentioned about the parents also. Definitely, thank you so much. And before we conclude the session, I request Gayatri. So now, who is the name? Somebody raise the hand. Please unmute yourself. Are you there? Okay. Everyone, please, before you leave, fill the Google form. We are going to send you the certificate very soon. Thank you so much. All of you joined. We thought because of cricket match, we see less people, but today we have seen very good numbers, sir. Almost the room is filled with 100 students, and some people are waiting outside. Definitely, this is the one session we have conducted with a lot of students participation, and even the teachers have joined. Thank you so much, you all, for joining this wonderful session. Very informative, and we thank Datta Garu for your time, your preparation for this webinar, and your information you shared, all the resources that you shared with the students. Definitely, they are going to help a lot. Thank you so much, Datta Garu, for joining today.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you everyone, and good luck for all your bright future students.
Right. So thank you so much. Yeah, dear participant, please stay tuned with us, and let us have same type of participation on the coming Sunday at 5 p.m. on virtual gaming. Thank you so much, all. This is all from our side. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Right, Shastri.